You know, calling in the one is not just about finding the right person. It's really about being the right person to create a loving relationship that can sustain itself over time. And some of us are very reluctant to get into relationship again because we have gotten into very destructive patterns in the relationships we've had, where we've kind of held each other hostage. We call them cellmate as opposed to soulmate connections, right? Where you hold each other hostage basically to your false beliefs, right? So in other words, if you're a woman who's insecure about whether you're lovable or not, you kind of hold your mate or your boyfriend hostage to needing to tell you every 5 minutes how much he loves you, right? And every time he says something that he needs or wants that might look like it's about him and not about you, then you take it as a personal affront to see you don't love me. You know, it really gets very, very yucky, some of these things, when we drag these old beliefs into relationships. And of course, it's not just one way, and that's what creates the complexity. If it was just one of us doing that and the other person was perfect, that would be great. But we tend to get into these dances together and these kind of interlocking belief systems. So in terms of what it is that we're really desiring in our relationships, because we just desire so much. We so deeply want friendship, true friendship, and a real soul connection, and real spiritual partnership, and real intellectual, creative synergy in the relationship. So we want to create a culture where we're both somewhat self-aware of these things that are going on within us, and these forces, these beliefs that really need to be evolved. And just knowing that relationship is an opportunity to do that, because we're going to give each other feedback on how we're showing up. And so you want to kind of create this mutually empowering, generative kind of connection with each other. What I mean by generative is really standing and continually generating the highest possibility. And sometimes you need some support to go and talk to someone about this. So you want a coach or a therapist to work with, that's always helpful. But even if you're going to use outside support, what you really want to be creating is a culture of growth and evolution, and a real understanding on a very foundational level that you're both really on each other's side. And you both have to develop deep humility to be able to admit when you're wrong and not make the relationship about who's right, but actually make it always about the evolution of love between us, and that's what the real intention is, and that's what the goal is. And we don't win if one of us loses. We only win when both of us win.